I could think of two people that I would have liked to see do Super Bowl as well. Probably Nicki Minaj. I think she's way overdue to be a halftime performer, as well as Drake should be one. But I think that would have been perfect after already just having Kendrick, to let him come back and see if he could top that.
They've been dissing the people who actually control the entertainment for the Super Bowl. I don't know if you see what Nicki Minaj been going.
Oh no, that's why I said I think she's still overdue though. She's
no,
definitely
I
overdue.
agree with you from a entertainment standpoint, but
Yeah.
you know you dealing with over there.
Mase didn't hold back when Jay-Z was criticized for allowing his feelings to dictate his economic decisions. You know, the entire Super Bowl incident just revealed a side of Jay-Z that we don't typically witness. The emotional, intimate, and perhaps a bit too attached to be side in charge here. One of the most important platforms for business and entertainment is the halftime performance. One night had a cultural impact, worldwide visibility, and billions of dollars in commercial income. However, mistakes are created when strategy and emotion are combined. When Mase remarked, "If you're still ruling things through your emotions, you're really not as strong as you say you are," he was alluding to precisely that. People don't realize how deeply that struck, because Jay-Z isn't the only target of that. That is a message for those in positions of authority. A billion-dollar brand cannot be based solely on sentiments. You cannot expect to succeed at the top level in business by taking things personally. Before I play this tape for you all, I would appreciate it if you could like it, subscribe, and share your comments in the comment box below. Let's get started.
Bad Bunny has been announced as the 2026 Super Bowl halftime performer. Arabia, did you expect it to be Bad Bunny? And then how do you feel about him being chosen? Do you think he's the right choice?
I wouldn't say I necessarily expected it, but I'm not surprised by it. A large portion of this country, I think 1 out of every 5 people in this country is Spanish speaking. We have a very large Hispanic, Latino community in the United States. Puerto Rico is part of the United States. So, I'm not surprised. I think this is a really great choice for a lot of Americans who enjoy, his Spanish music. So, good for them. I support it. It's not necessarily, I don't have Bad Bunny in my discography. I don't have him on my Serato, but I love this for the people who do.
I think it's pretty cool that he's doing it. I could think of two people that I would have liked to see do Super Bowl as well. Probably Nicki Minaj. I think she's way overdue to be a halftime performer, as well as Drake should be one. But I think that would have been perfect after already just having Kendrick, to let him come back and see if he could top that. Hey, killer.
I like your answers.
Yeah.
They've been dissing the people who actually control the entertainment for the Super Bowl. I don't know if you see what Nicki Minaj been going.
Oh no, that's why I said I think she's still overdue though. She's
no,
definitely
I
overdue.
agree with you from a entertainment standpoint, but
Yeah.
you know you dealing with over there. once you say something foul, the 8-ball is in. I like your answer though, man.
Yeah, I think that's where we evolved though, because as a good businessman, sometimes you got to do what's right for the brand, even though it's not what you personally feel. If you're still ruling things through your emotions, you're really not as strong as you say you are. It's time for Nicki Minaj to be a halftime performer.
I love that answer. Very good answer. As far as Bad Bunny's concerned, I think he absolutely deserves it. And not just that. I think that you'll have people there who don't like football who just like Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a very good choice.
And the Spanish culture always shows up in record-breaking numbers. So, and shout out to all of them, because they've done a lot for me. I know they've done a lot for you. Spanish people have been
Went to school in Spanish Harlem, man.
Yeah.
El Barrio, what up?
Inspired. Well, I'm excited for Bad Bunny. I actually have a lot of his music in my playlist, especially going to school in Miami. So I think it'll be a great turnout for him. So shout out to Ben.
For decades, Mase and Jay-Z have been making small jabs at one another. However, Mase didn't rap it this time. He stated it clearly. The crazy thing is that he expressed what many others have been experiencing for years. When Mase said the phrase, "If you're still ruining things through your emotions, you're really not as strong as you say you are," that wasn't only a tactful remark. Jay-Z was being held up to a mirror. Since Jay-Z has allegedly allowed his emotions to influence his economic decisions for years, this is the reality. That trend has long followed him, from who was invited to particular events to who was blackballed from particular stages. And it seems like the same intensity might be resurfacing when you consider the entire Super Bowl scenario. We are discussing the world's largest stage, watching our hundreds of millions of eyeballs, a marketing moment that has the power to drastically alter someone's career. And for some reason, Jay-Z has yet to offer Lil Wayne, one of the best rappers of all time, that platform. Let's keep it around too. It would have been ideal for Wayne to play in the Super Bowl in his native New Orleans. He is among the most renowned hip-hop musicians in history. He had an impact on an entire generation. He possesses the legacy, the stage presence, and the catalog. That ought to happen on its own. However, we're seeing names like Bad Bunny instead, whom I respect. Incidentally, he deserves to be a huge worldwide celebrity. However, you cannot argue that Lil Wayne shouldn't have had that moment in his hometown by now. And this is where Mase's remark truly resonates. Because it's no longer business if those decisions are being influenced by outdated feelings, such as the alleged conflict between Birdman and Jay-Z. It's pride. Mase was pointing that out in real time. He isn't necessarily implying that Jay-Z is a lousy businessman. He is arguing that billion-dollar judgments should not be based on feelings. Jay-Z's empire has been based on control and discipline. Despite having some of the most brilliant power moves in hip-hop history, even a mogul may have resentment. Let's face it, rumors regarding Jay-Z's history of business blockages have been around for years. From musicians who claimed that their contracts were discreetly terminated, to prospects that disappeared following their breakup with him. Mase is merely one of the few artists who can say it out in that composed, matter-of-fact manner on camera. Additionally, it struck a particular chord because it was based on personal experience, and it is impossible to overlook Jay-Z and Mase's past. Mase and Jay-Z have never had such a strong affection for one another. He was approached by Jay on Imaginary Players many years ago, one of those cleverly disguised insults that Mase would never forget. It shaped their perception of one another. Both are keen, competitive, and vying for the same top rank. However, Mase always thought Jay carried that rivalry into all that followed. Therefore, it's not a coincidence that Mase criticizes him for being overly sentimental in business. Having observed Jay-Z's changing rooms for years, I am aware of how personally he handles things. Mase has direct experience with that aspect of the game, the point at which pride and power begin to clash. I admire Mase because he didn't say it out of hatred. He spoke with a business-minded attitude. As is, if you're going to represent the culture, act accordingly. Don't let your emotions prevent you from letting other people shine. Hip-hop needs that kind of message because all too often feelings rather than opportunities drive the industry. Jay-Z is in a position where his decisions affect whole artistic generations. Therefore, when those like Mase speak up, it's accountability rather than hatred. Move with strength, not pride, he says, because Jay-Z currently controls the keys to the world's largest cultural stage. And additionally, the game is affected by every decision he makes. So I don't believe Mase was assaulting Jay-Z. I believe he was merely pushing him. Sometimes a boss has to warn another boss that you might be reverting to ego rather than evolution. And that's what gave this narrative its immense impact. Now, I have a question for you all before I leave. Do you believe that Jay-Z intentionally steers clear of booking certain performers at major venues because of past personal feuds? And if you were Jay-Z, would you continue doing business as usual, or would you finally give someone like Lil Wayne their Super Bowl moment in New Orleans? Please share your opinions with me in the comments box below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.